To create public awareness on family issues, I developed this prevention campaign over child abuse and neglect. So, an overview on child abuse and neglect. The victims at risk in this instance are children. The definition of child abuse. Each state has their own definition of child abuse, but what is the general idea is through this definition, which is taken from the Children's Bureau of Child Maltreatment. The Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act kept this definition. Any recent act or failure to act on the part of a parent or caretaker which results in death, serious physical or emotional harm, sexual abuse or exploitation, or an act or failure to act which presents an imminent risk of serious harm. The types of abuse would be under neglect, physical abuse, psychological maltreatment, and sexual abuse. Just a little rundown of what consists of these types of abuse is neglect. Neglect would be a failing to meet a child's basic needs, such as food, shelter, taking them to the doctor if they need to, regular checkups, not meeting their basic needs for survival. Physical abuse is using force, such as hitting, kicking, using force in a way. Psychological maltreatment or like emotional abuse is putting a child down, calling names, such as you're a loser, or harming the child's self-worth or well-being. And sexual abuse is forcing or inducing a child to sexual acts or behaviors. Some risk factors I identified are young parents. As young parents, they don't know how to deal with the stress that comes with parenting. If they're specifically they're first-time parents, and also parents who are of low SES, they have additional stress on how to support the children, how to deal with their own problems, since they're still growing and they're still not sure what they want to be in life. That's just adding additional stress. I see this in teenagers, children. Having children is a big issue, again, because they're not sure on how to handle these situations. And so it's easy for them to take out their frustration on the child. Child age or special needs. So again, it's because child age, at a young age, they don't know how to speak, so it's stressful for the parents to understand, or why the child is crying, or if maybe they're hurting, or if special needs, they need additional attention. Single parents, large number of dependent children. So they have multiple children that they need to take care of, they're all of young age, and they don't know how to handle the situation of multiple children in the house, having to provide for multiple children. And if they are of low income, if the parents have substance abuse issues, this could also lead up to neglecting the children, neglecting of their needs, because the parents are under the influence of substance abuse that they may have. Intimate partner violence is also the risk factor. And although that these risk factors are pretty broad, they don't necessarily mean that they are the causes of child abuse and neglect. These are just, some information on who is at most at risk, but it doesn't mean that these are the actual causes. So the strategy that I chose to prevent child abuse and neglect is enhancing parenting skills to promote healthy child development. I got all this information from the CDC Preventing Child Abuse and Neglect website. So within this strategy, the idea is to enrich the parents, especially if they're first-time parents. giving them that extra support, that extra attention that they need to make sure that they are doing the best they can to provide for these children. And in the end, hoping, there's no abuse and they're able to handle their emotions. They're able to help become parents that their children need. So within this strategy, there's early childhood home visitation. This is through Nurse Family Partnerships and Durham Connects. Nurse Family Partnerships are for first-time mothers. Some of these are from low-income families. These are known to be higher risk of child abuse. Durham Connects are offered to all new parents in certain geographic regions. There's also some home visiting nurses or professionals. They are, visiting these first-time parents to make sure that they are being educated on how to take care of their child, offering that support that they need. So these are, hoping that they'll reduce the risk of child abuse in the long run. Parenting skills, family relationship approaches. This program from Adults and Children Together Against Violence are specifically for parents to learn the consequences of violence. Their support for parents and caregivers. They provide behavior management and positive parenting skills. Providing positive parenting skills would be like to reduce the use of harsh language, to discipline, so that they know how to discipline their child effectively, and to not use physical punishment. So to work around so that it prevents having to use physical punishment as a means of discipline. Within this parenting skills, there's also some additional programs. There's the Incredible Years and Safe Care. The Incredible Years are for parents of young children up to 12 years of age. It teaches them about their emotional problems in children. Once children start talking and they're going to grade school, they are discovering themselves, and they are, there's just different needs that the child is going to have. And it will help the parent know how to deal with the emotional problems and care for them properly during their developmental period. Safe Care is an in-home parenting program specifically for children of 0 to 5 years of age. It targets the risk factors for child neglect and physical abuse, teaches them how to interact in a positive manner, planning child activities, recognizing hazards in the home, and providing a safe home environment. So altogether, this is important for parents to have access to these programs, specifically if they're of low SES. That way they are able to properly take care of their children. First-time parents, these strategies will definitely reduce the stress of being first-time parents, and in the long run, reduce the risk of child abuse. In addition, I added some additional strategies for children once they start going to school, once they start talking and they're discovering themselves. I believe that it's important to teach the children the correct names of their body parts, such as, proper name for the eyes, head, hair, and so on. I feel that it's sometimes children, if they don't know the names of their body parts, they might not speak out whenever they're being touched incorrectly or touched unsafely, and so they won't say anything. But if they know the names of their body parts, there's more possible for them to speak out when they feel unsafe. Talking about safe, it's important for children to know about safe, unsafe, unwanted touches. Safe touches would be like high five, shaking hands. Unsafe, like poking somebody's eyes or pinching. That's unsafe touch. So children should know what these touches mean. Unwanted touches, If somebody is touching a child inappropriately, they should know that that's an unwanted touch, and be able to communicate with these words to a safe adult. They should seek out safe adults in every place that they are. If it's at school, a safe adult, if they feel comfortable speaking with the teacher, with a counselor. Identifying safe adults will make it easier for children to speak out if they're feeling unsafe, or if there's somebody who they don't feel comfortable around. In addition, just adding some extra talking points. Education for parents. In the long run, it's important for parents to be the role models for their children. This will also prevent their children from being violent in the future. Healthy marriage equals healthy parents and happy children. Let the children know that it's okay to talk about feelings. If they're upset, if they're happy, it's okay regardless of gender. Speaking about feelings is healthy for both for both parents and children. And in addition, even after they have received any in-home parenting skills, any in-home visitation, parents should always seek professional help when they're feeling frustrated, when they don't know how to deal with additional problems that may arise in the future. Although they have been educated in the past during their first-time parenting sessions, there will also always be some future problems that depending on the environment in which they are in, job loss, a divorce. There's different situations that can cause parents to have additional stress, and there should always be professional help sought whenever they don't know how to deal with these additional emotions on these new situations. Children are visual learners. They will definitely do whatever they see. So it's important for the children to know that they should also seek help when they need, so that they also become successful parents and in all reduce the risk of child abuse.